motion to exit executive session.
So moved.
Been moved and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed, abstained, motion carries. I'll call for a motion to enter into public session.
So moved. Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstained, motion carries. Please rise for the pledge to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll begin tonight with our CSEP presentations.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Marissa Village. I'm the high school principal. I am here with my colleague, Ella Crane, the middle school principal. So we decided to do something a little different this year. We decided to combine our presentation for you because we have a lot of overlapping programs and things that we're doing that really work 6-12. As our elementary colleagues were here with you a couple of weeks ago, many of you have experience with our comprehensive district educational planning process. We wanted to make sure we reviewed the 3 goals that kind of are anchors in everything we do, and that we're really excited that we get to share the amazing work that we're doing both at the middle school and high school to achieve these goals. So goal number 1 is the school will continue to cultivate a safe, healthy, inclusive, and supportive environment.
Number 2 is the school will continue to provide learning experiences that accelerate academic, social, emotional, and physical student learning.
And goal number 3 is the school will continue to increase community engagement and strengthen partnerships. So with respect to goal number 1, you can't do anything unless you feel safe, both physically, psychologically, and socially, emotionally. So we're both really proud of all of the work that this district does and what we get to participate in with respect to making sure that we're creating the most safe environment for our students and our families and our staff as possible.
What we do have when we look at our safety, we've gotten many phone calls from parents that have said to us, we know that we are sending our schools and they are safe. And as we look around, we look at our weapons detection system, our 1-point entries, those really have made a significant difference in our safety. Also, this year, I shared with parents during open house about our Zero Eyes. And that, you know, that'll pick up any intruder with any type of weapon. And the parents have just feel so relieved and so comfortable in having our students here. Also, you have to understand, one of our philosophies is that we truly want everybody to feel that they belong. Our web program and the programs that we have in our building really exemplify those pieces. So we have our 8th graders who are our ambassadors to our 6th graders. And they do activities throughout the whole year. So it's not just that August activity where all the 6th graders get together, but they do programs with them and programming and social emotional learning with them in order to build that capacity for that.
Yeah, and with respect to that, we're really excited that this year, the high school is going to be looking to also vertically implement that as well with the LINK program. It's just a fantastic way for us to mentor and welcome our students to really focus on connectivity, which is huge.
Another piece is our restorative practice committee and character education committee in our buildings. What we've done is they've worked hand in hand. We're not 2 separate entities, but we brought them together. Our restorative practice committee, and you'll see later on in this presentation, we really focused in on that community building within the classroom and also using restorative circles for not only discipline, but also in-class conversations. And those tied in with our character education and also tied in with those character qualities that we focus on each month with that. We've also embedded that invisible mentor and reverse mentorship. Like currently right now, we have teachers who are going through the list of students so that for our December meeting, that's where we're really going to take a deep dive and look at those students that we may not, that don't have a connection. And how do we make that connection for them? Because again, we want them to feel that they belong and they should.
Yeah, I mean, again, we really want to make sure that our students feel connected to this community, to each other, to the staff, and to us. So a lot of the work that we do with respect to circles and invisible mentor and reverse mentorship is really to foster that connectivity and that sense of community. Some other things that are pretty unique and wonderful that we are able to offer to all of our school community is our Equity and Education District Committee. It really focuses on paying attention to what our students and our school community need in order to feel like they are part of Niagara Wheatfield. We are all Falcons. Everybody is welcome. Everybody has a place. Everybody has different needs, and that's okay. We make sure that we offer our students an opportunity to access different types of presentations. Last year, we brought in the Mobile Museum of Tolerance. This year, we are working with the Holocaust Museum to come back into the high school to work with our social studies classes. We have outside speakers come in for the past couple of years. Mr. Johnny Parks has come in. He is a valued member of our community. Our students get access to conversation and dialogue with him, and also an understanding of some of the unfortunate circumstances that take place in society and in our own backyards.
And we also focus on like Aaron's Law, so we ensure that students are safe within themselves and that they understand what that means to them and how they can feel that personal safety as well. So we do a lot of that, and it also, we have presenters coming in during health classes. Oftentimes it doesn't pertain to health in itself, but there is that tie-in of that social emotional learning where we do get to touch every student. In goal 2, the school will continue to provide learning experiences. There is a lot that we do, and we work with a great staff. And what's interesting as well is this is teachers promote this. It's not anything that, hey, I can come up with that idea, but really it's the teachers coming in and how do we execute this, what makes sense. Our PLC facilitators in those academic areas have done a significant improvement in our instruction. So that really has helped us look at our data and look at it in a different way and really change and improve how we are teaching and learning. So I think that's something that needs to continue. Our consortium participations at Owen BOCES, where we send our departments there to either help write curriculum or help write that exam, really has made that piece meaningful to our teachers. And if the teachers find meaning to that, it only benefits and extends to our students. Our we have team meetings every day in the middle school. And we make it a habit as administrators to attend as many as we can. And we look at behaviors, attendance, and academics. And those are the 3 criteria that we really look at. With that, we have home visits. I've done home visits, the counselors, the social workers, the SROs. We ensure that this is a community, and we go to families. Sometimes you have to go to the families. You can't expect them to always come here. The great news is with our after school activities, with some of the funding that we've done, teachers have come and said, hey, can we do a quiz bowl? Absolutely. Can we have a STEM program? Absolutely. Can we do a book club? Or with the help of Judge Elias, we have after school PD that teachers can participate in. Talk about really opening that for our students and our staff. Some of these you already know with, in regards to National Honor Society. We do offer accelerated classes in math and science. And just to let you know, those restorative circles, I've seen a change in our students because of the topics that we have discussed. Now, right now, they're really like light topics. It's nothing that we get into deep discussions, but just to get them in that rotation. And it's really interesting because we participate too as administrators. Morgan and I kind of bebop in the different classrooms just to be a part of it. And it's really interesting that kids see their teachers in a different light. They see their classmates in a different light, and they have a better understanding of where they're coming from and what they're doing. Our communication with Parent Square, my Friday follow-ups with staff. I keep everybody in the loop in what's going on. This way that, as you know, in middle school, the flyers don't make it home. You should see their lockers. They're like, everything is in their lockers. They just don't make it home. So it's that communication that parents really and families really appreciate from it. Our outside agencies, we have a lot that come into our schools to help our students and staff. So we're very appreciative of that in regards to our Here Kids Escaping Drug, Aaron's Law, the mental health advocates. I mean, it's just phenomenal with the wealth of work that they do within our program. As I said, oftentimes it's hard for families to get to those things. And it's easier for us to bring them into our building and have those services provided in our school.
So as we referenced before, there's obviously some overlap with respect to secondary, and some of this is also an overlap with the elementary, which obviously makes a lot of sense because we build off of each other. But with respect to PLC facilitators and teaming at the high school, we've been really focusing on SMART goals, focusing on Regents data, focusing on areas that we know we want to improve upon for our students. Our professional development this year is a lot of consortium work. Our science department is still working with BOCES in order to implement the new standards with respect to earth and space science and biology. This is our first year implementing that new curriculum. It's very rigorous. The kids seem to really enjoy it. It's very much hands-on, and the staff has really been appreciative of the resources with respect to Cognitive and all of the additional support that they've gotten. Next year, physics and chemistry will be implementing. So this year, they are in the same spot that the other two subject areas within science are in. They're planning, they are researching different resources and materials to make sure that the content and the way that it's delivered is, at the highest possible level for our kids. We also have our art teachers and our LOTE teachers provided professional development through BOCES. They also are part of the consortiums. We are currently holding department and full group faculty meetings so that it kind of piggybacks a little bit off of the PLC meetings so that as administrators, we're able to have in-depth conversations with every department about where we're at, what we need, what we're working towards. We've been really at the high school this year, keeping our eye on continuous improvement. We've kind of used the construction situation that we've been in for a little bit as a backdrop for, what we're doing, right? Like we always want to build more. We want to build bigger. We want to build better, and we want to leave a legacy behind us. So a lot of our conversation is focusing on that, how all of the work that we're doing in our PLCs and in our departments really is going to be a part of that amazing legacy that we leave on this community. So on top of the small group department faculty meetings, we also continuously hold larger group faculty meetings in which we're able to provide information to our staff that is like just the general information that we need in order to be successful every day. And as Eleanor referenced, we are also disaggregating data right now for reverse and invisible mentorship, and we will be looking at that at our faculty meeting next week. With respect to after school learning opportunities for our students, we are still engaged in a partnership with ON BOCES for AAIP, which is like an alternate learning environment for some students that require that at different times throughout the year. We also are working on ASAP, which we are happy to be able to finally offer as title funding came in, and we can match our NHS students with students that may need a little bit of extra support and guidance and modeling that way. Something new this year that I'm really proud of, and we identified as a little bit of an area that needed some work last year at the high school is the formation of a CST process. We spent one of our faculty meetings earlier this year learning how to utilize EduClimber to best serve our school around those conversations with respect to students and their attendance and their academics and their needs. So those are kicking off. We revisit that with our counselors every other Friday, and we bring our teachers in as need be where they have something to add to the conversation, or if they have a concern, they can initiate those conversations. And I know that you've heard a lot about EduClimber, so there's a lot of value in looking at a data dashboard, and I hope that the high school will see the value in that in more than just this regard. I'm talking. We also have National Honor Society at the high school, National Junior Honor Society, National Honor Society. They provide more than just academic leadership in our building. They also provide leadership in our community. I'm really proud of the work that those students are able to accomplish. We're also really proud of the work that the teachers that facilitate that work are able to accomplish with our students. At our level, there's accelerated learning opportunities. Some of those start at the middle school, some of those start when you walk into the high school. We're proud to offer a number of AP and CAP courses. We have 90 students as of today that have applied for the Seal of Civic Readiness, and we have about 65 that are interested in the Seal of Biliteracy. We're currently exploring different opportunities around pathways. Even though the guidance from the state is not concrete yet, we're starting to really try to wrap our arms around what this may look like, and get our students positioned for the best possible chances of success. We also are in year 3 of restorative circles at the high school. The first 2 years were a little bit of a slower roll, but more community building circles, more piloting in different classrooms. This year, we've taken a whole school approach. We're doing them twice a month, and we're again focusing on learning how to interact with each other, how students can interact with other students, with the teachers. This year, without chronic access to our cell phones, we're noticing that our students are much more talkative and we're willing to talk, which is great. I think the willingness to talk and the willingness to connect and build relationships and ask questions and engage in learning has been huge. And I know that the feedback from most of the faculty has really been, it has made a huge difference with respect to classroom engagement. So we're really happy about that. And again, communication is key. There's constant communication with students, communication with staff, communication with parents. We utilize Parent Square, emails, really enjoying some of the AI tools that we as administrators have been able to learn how to utilize with respect to Canva and previews and different ways to get information out there. And I will just touch briefly. The outside agencies that Eleanor had referenced, we also utilize most of those here. We also utilize Chant as a preventative measure and learning opportunity for our students with respect to their health. And it talks about the dangers and warns about the dangers of smoking and vaping and marijuana use. And it's been pretty successful as a way for students to get ahead of and away from some of those behaviors.
Just want to take a quick opportunity just to really look at our restorative circles and what the process was in that. The high school is in year 3, we're in year 2. Our first one we piloted with a few of the teachers and a few of the folks. And we started off maybe with 6 members, if that, I think there was actually 5 of us. And just to get a feel, kids really, the teacher saw a difference in the classrooms as the circles were forming. This year, we have a schedule, we have the grouping, so everybody in the entire school is participating. We're doing it right now once a month. We meet with our character education committee as well as our restorative practice committee. And we have devised the monthly circle questions and activities that the teachers are to implement in their classroom. I've made it real easy. The circles occur the day after a faculty meeting. So it's very simple and very easy to keep on the calendar. We've also created a modified schedule. So our classes, and to be honest, our classes went from 43 minutes to 40 minutes. So you're only really losing 3 instructional minutes in content, but really gaining a lot in that 15-20 minutes in social emotional learning with our students. This is all teacher driven. We meet every month and we look ahead. We've already have it all spaced out of what the character traits are for the school year and how we're going to implement them. We meet every month and we kind of look at it again and say, hey, how does this sound? So that we have a better understanding of that so that we can send it out to teachers. Our templates every month are exactly the same and they follow the exact same procedure so that to make it easier for the teachers. And it's great because the teachers all rearrange their classrooms for the morning because we're doing our circles. We have 2 teachers in there at a time. They're working together. Students are participating. They now know what the expectation is on this. So we've created, because we oftentimes here, we don't have the time to do that. Well, we've created the time, we've created the groups, and we've created the curriculum and the stems for them to use in their classroom. And before, I had a lot of naysayers in September, like, this isn't going to work. And believe it or not, those naysayers are coming around and saying, wow, that's great. Now, we were originally like 5 or 6 people. I'm up to 15 members. So this is something that people now are truly believing in it and seeing the benefit of that. I also have, I think, 5 being trained as well in restorative circles in the next upcoming weeks as well. So there's value to what we're doing.
So with the whole building implementation this year, the restorative practices team has been amazing. They were there before I got to the high school. They were a little bit of a bigger group, and then they shrunk down to a really small group, and now we're back up to 7 people. And there are others that are also interested. We are going to take advantage of Regents Week to do some professional development and training for additional members to join the team, get all of the back training that they need to get up to speed so that they can fully, practice restorative practices as we move forward. It's a lot of practices. Something else that we're really excited about too is we are going to be training students to be facilitators in January. A lot of the kids that have had teachers repeatedly utilizing these in their classrooms over the last couple of years are all they really enjoy this. They are a little bit maybe critical. Some of them aren't as skilled as their teachers were, but they see a lot of value in it. And my hope is that they're able to utilize those skills to navigate those difficult conversations that they are inevitably going to have, and also help facilitate circles for different purposes throughout the school day. We also created modified schedules, and that was really all that the school administration did with respect to this, because as Eleanor said, it has really been teacher-led, driven. The teachers that have been part of the restorative circles meeting practices team for the past couple of years created schedule with links, and every link is a different slideshow. We made sure that from scheduling purposes, because the high school schedule is obviously different than the middle school schedule. The first circle was held first period. The next one was 8th period, then 2nd and 7th, so that every student does get access to this opportunity sooner than later. And the feedback from the staff has actually been very positive. And we are absolutely considering the one piece that our goal would be to get to consistent circles with the same group of kids moving forward, so that those connections can really deepen. But this year, our goal was really to get everybody on board and comfortable on the students and faculty.
We want to talk about our partnerships and learning. We have done and created a lot of opportunities for our students to learn outside of the classroom and extend that classroom. We had our 8th graders who went to the Wilson reservation, and they did some hands-on. I have pictures up there with the gentleman in the center. They did collecting of water. They collected plants. They had to look at where they're from, what's the genome. So it was a wonderful experience for both 8-1 and 8-2. So we've been able now to reintroduce those things, due to COVID. As you know, we've kind of we stopped a lot of those activities, and now it's really nice to know that we are now again providing those opportunities. We have Ask for Learning, which is a whole partnership where we have resident artists, whether in music, art, where they're coming into our 6th grade classrooms right now, and they're providing lessons and instruction in certain, let's say they're going to do, there was one that I walked in on. They were doing poetry and they were acting it out because the artist is an actor, and they were acting out, and all the students were acting it out. Oh, it was great. The kids came to me and said, "Can we have a bigger space for next time so that we can?" I'm like, "Absolutely, I will find it. Let me know when to come." So it really gave the teachers an opportunity to see that you can teach in a different way. And that was the feedback that I got from several of the teachers, where they've taken the opportunity to have them come in. So that's very important. We are continuing our partnership with SUNY Niagara, particularly with the Liberty Program. So those are those types of pieces. And I think I have a picture right there, the third one, with SUNY Niagara. My faculty meetings are more professional learning rather than administrative, me giving them here, this is what's coming up. So we've had Niagara University, we've worked in partnership for them to present and be able to provide opportunities for our teachers to learn, and learn different things. Just this past Monday, December 1st, we did our Satchel Pulse Screener, and that really provides students, they answer 25 questions, And with those 25 questions, they're kind of rated in their awareness, either about them, what they think about themselves, what do you think, friendship groups, just about decision-making pieces too. It will analyze and kind of give us a report as well. It almost reminds me of the invisible mentor. Like, we look at that data and say, hey, what is it that our kids need? What is it that they want? And what are some of those things that we need to do? But this is something that that we'll be doing collectively with our counselors, social workers, and school psychologists. Our science folks, even have utilized Energized New York State Power Authority, where what they've done is they come into the classroom and they provide lessons on the electricity. And it's wonderful because not only are they doing this in our gen ed classes, but they're also taking an opportunity for our special education classes. And that's because I asked. And so they've done a tremendous job bringing those resources into our classroom as well. So those are some of the partnerships that we've been working on to build. And what's great is that they have sought us out to be able to do that. I'm really excited. I put it here, but I'm really excited with the addition of new technology with our industrial folks and the change of retirements. We are now expanding our technology program into a STEAM program where I'm really excited about our STEM Wars, that we'll be able to participate in those types of activities and really get into it.
So some of the partnerships and learning pieces that I wanted to make sure I highlighted with you all tonight is, I think they're really too. We've been able to work with New York State in the Accounting and Finance Pathway that will also give our students CTE credit. Additionally, students will be able to earn up to 12 CAP credits for those courses if they choose to take that pathway. Our business teachers have gone so far above and beyond working with the state to find different ways to get kids excited about and into this. And I really just think it's going to be amazing as we get it up and running. And right now, they are also exploring the option of whether or not we will be able to start it like the second semester. A lot of the business courses are half-year courses, so there is that possibility. Something else that they worked really hard on is to reintroduce CEIP, and I am drawing a blank on what that stands for, but I'll tell you what it is. It is, oh, I got it. Career Exploration Internship Program. Thank you. We are going to be able to reintroduce that, and I think that is going to be such a benefit to all of our students that take advantage of this. What a wonderful way to take a second and think about what you want to do. Learn about all of the different pieces that you may not have even known were there and make decisions about whether or not you're going to want to pursue college or whether or not you're going to want to go into the trades. It's going to be great. We also were approved for the individualized arts assessment pathway. Our teachers right now are engaged in hammering out what that's actually going to look like for our students. But the long and short of it is that any of our students that want to take an advanced art or music path in the future will have access to utilizing this pathway as a means to getting there. And it will also potentially be able to relieve them of one region's credit while we're during this transitional period. We also partnered with SUNY Niagara for a variety of reasons. We utilize them for CAP courses, professional development opportunities. They come in and speak with our students. They've been really great about supporting us in the FAFSA process. But we are also looking to bring the Liberty Project in as well. So I'm in talks with them right now to make sure that we make that happen. And that was a student suggestion. And I was really excited to learn about it. Hadn't known that the middle school was already doing it. But I love that the kids are able to come to us with their ideas and tell us what we need to be doing and what we might be missing. We also are engaged in Energize You through the New York State Power Authority. And we will be at least participating on in the Tech Wars as visitors, as first-time visitors. We really wanted to participate in a more meaningful way and engage in building something to participate fully. But with all of the capital improvement work, there's just really not the space or the resources to adequately put something together that the kids should and could be proud of. So this year we're going to use it as a learning opportunity, and next year we're going all in. And then we work a lot with BOCES specifically for our career tech ed students, and providing those services and experiences to 10th and 11th, to 11th and 12th graders. I said 10th because as I walked in, I saw the permission slip for the field trip that's coming up next week for the 10th graders to go over and explore all of the programs that are available to them.
Now, it's interesting, we have our 8th graders go over to ON BOCES as well to kind of start thinking about what career paths that they really want to take when they enter into high school. So we also have these, outside, we will continue to increase community engagement and state and partnership. We do have outside agencies that that I kind of alluded to, that we partner and providing those services in our buildings. At the middle school, we have a robust HSA, which is our, see, now you have me. I forgot what HSA is.
It says it right on the screen.
No, I'm supposed to- it's getting late. You know what? 5 o'clock. They have been just a great asset. I mean, yes, they provide activities for our students, like our dances. One of the things that we're so excited about is that they shop all year long for our holiday shop. Everything's $3. The kids, I become the personal shopper for the students, and just to see the kids' eyes and excitement that they're able to provide those Christmas gifts to their families. Also, HSA supports us in so many ways. For example, our rooms are hot. So I called our president, I said, hey, is there anything that you can do on buying us some fans? I'm thinking, a few weeks from now. I didn't even hang up the phone. All of a sudden, by the end of the day, I had cartfuls of fans in our building that we gave to teachers. And that was the first shipment, then the second shipment came. So it's really a fantastic, they really do support the whole school and the whole community in this, with that. We do engage, we try to engage our families, as we say, with our concerts, with our sporting events. The beauty of middle school is you can have a parent-teacher conference whenever you want. You don't have a designated teacher conference day. Just give us a call and we'll be able to provide that. We do it either virtually on the phone, or you can do it in person. So we provide all those opportunities for our families to do that. The Eco Campus project is one of those things that you see families come together. Sometimes they'll drop off the students and sometimes they end up staying, which is great. We had our through our, some of our committees, we've had our walk where families have come together. We've had our health fair where just the halls are just filled with families and students all in here. So that's really something that's important. Our Family Support Center has been truly an asset. We have been able to provide food. We have been able to provide clothing, toiletries, you name it. All I do is, but right here, we have an example. Talk about really opening ourselves to our community. We have coat drives. We have our mitten drives. We have our clubs that are collecting items for our Family Support Center so that, so that we have students that have gloves, coats. We have students that'll be warm. We have students whose bellies will be fed, or they will be able to participate in celebrations like everybody else. It is truly one of those pieces of components that I just can't say enough. Our student recognitions, we have cards that we send out to families, and it's interesting. We do have a spreadsheet where we go in to see what students the gratitude cards, who has not had one sent yet, because you know what, you can always find something positive about a student all the time. You know what, as families, it's really exciting to see that coming in the mail, because I know when my children got that, it was out the first thing on the refrigerator and stayed there. So it's really telling parents, your children belong here, and we are happy to have them. We have Student of the Month. We have staff phone calls. So it's interesting because when I call parents who they think, uh-oh, what did they do? I'm like, no, I just want to let you know, this is what your child did. So it's a really nice feeling for parents to get those positive phone calls as well. And not only do we recognize students through the whole school, but the teams themselves have their special recognitions as well. And really looking, and the kids really want to earn the recognition in front of their classmates for that.
So like my favorite slide, I think, because of two of the arrows or bullets up there, showcasing student talents and work. It is amazing to get to watch students grow from this big to this big, and I have a unique ability to be able to do that. But to know where they were at with respect to skills when they were just learning how to play in the band in 5th grade, to watching them practice for this year's upcoming concert next week, I think, yes. And it's really good. It's really, really good. But it kind of blows your mind. To just see what they are able to do when they're given the tools. And I know that all of us know how hard everybody works to give them the tools, but what they're able to do with it on their own is just amazing. And I'm just so incredibly proud of them. We've got the winter play coming up next week. We've got a musical coming up, right? Yeah. Unbelievable talent, but we foster that, and that's amazing. And that's because of your support, and that's because of the community coming together to make sure that our students and our community have those opportunities. So it's great. We have athletic events, but we have equitable athletic events. We have modified, we have JV, we have varsity sports, but we also have unified sports. We work with our sports boosters and our music boosters to make sure that those students have all of the things that they need to be successful on and off the field. We are able to engage in stained glass activities in classrooms and then contribute to our environment. We, last year, the students got to participate in the great play throwdown at Art Park. I didn't really know what to expect. It was raining and one of the wheels had to be brought over there. But what they did was so cool. And if you get a chance, you should definitely go walk down the hall, perpendicular hall that goes between the main hallway and the back hallway where all of the artwork is located. When our students create sculpture or art or glass, I mean, it is the quality and the excitement around showcasing their own work. It's amazing to me, and I just feel so incredibly proud and lucky that I get to see this. We obviously always celebrate academics as well. On our morning announcements, we celebrate them through students that are achieving at a higher level on our honor roll, on our high honor roll, on our students of the month. Those are always posted, and we're very proud of the academic piece and that we get to share that with the school community. Student participation, leadership, and involvement and collaboration, also one of my favorite pieces of the entire world, because the kids drive so much of the great things that go on here and what we do. Our student council, Interact Club, PAC, Tri-District Leadership, National Honor Society, PEP Club, orientations. Those are the things. Those are the fun things. Those are the cool things. Those are the amazing things. We had Falcons Giving, in which so many families came in. Mr. Lulanich may or may not have been very actively engaged in the game of spoons with a lot of students. There may have been diving over a table, but the kids were so excited, and student council was amazing.
For the record, I was trying to help him up, not push him out of the way for the spoon, just for.
But that's the community atmosphere of Niagara Wheatfield. Families and students and staff coming together to create something beautiful, memories, and that sense of connectivity. It just makes me so incredibly proud to be here and a part of that. We are so incredibly fortunate to have a highly functioning family support center in which we are able to link our students, our families with supports, food, clothes, prom dresses, resources, parenting help, support in getting, outside services such as SNAP. Like Cara goes above and beyond, and the support that it offers our entire school community somewhere else. We continuously work on finding new and different ways, innovative ways to communicate with all of our stakeholders. It's something that I think parents were, at first I wasn't so sure because there's a lot of pieces, but it's really facilitated a smooth and easy way to communicate with a variety of groups of people without having to click the different bunch of buttons and know that your message got out there. And, I mean, with respect to the outside agencies, it's so important that we have a library of resources to lean on for when we need support in working with our community, but also in our community and support, working together. So, my favorite slide for sure. And then just some of the events that we are so incredibly proud to share with you with the new community. So thank you all so much for your support and allowing us to share all the things we're proud of with you today.
Okay, thank you very much. Anybody have any questions or? Okay, appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
I'd like to, on behalf of the whole board, we can't even dream of how much work, time and effort not only used to your whole team of putting this together and for this presentation, and we really sincerely appreciate it.
Yeah, moving on. There's no one signed up for residents' comments. Looking on to our consensus agenda items, call for motion to approve consensus agenda items 1 through 5 as presented. So moved. It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstained, motion carries. Moving on to our personnel items. We have 2 items to separate, which is items 2 and 3. So I'll call for a motion first to approve personnel items 1 and then 3. I'm sorry, 1 and 4 through 16 as presented. Second. It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstained, motion carries. Moving on to item number 2.
Filling in for Tom tonight, so I'd like to welcome Sierra Papa.
Yeah.
So Sierra is a proud Niagara Wheatfield graduate. She was previously at West Street as a building-based sub, and so we are excited, and she is excited to and honored to be joining us as a 4th grade teacher at West Street in the long-term sub position. Based on your approval tonight. And so I'd like to recommend that the Board of Education approve the appointment of Sierra Hatat as a long-term sub teacher at West Street Elementary School as presented.
Okay, I'll call for that motion to approve Sierra's appointment as presented. So your motion. It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstained, motion carries. Congratulations, welcome. And number 3.
I'd like to introduce Amanda Strickland. So Amanda graduated from Medaille College with her master's in secondary education for mathematics. At Medaille, she received the Academic Achievement Award, and she's been employed at Niagara Wheatfield since 2015. In her spare time, she likes to enjoy spending time with her partner of 15 years, Bradley, and their 2-year-old daughter, Ella. So I would like to recommend that the Board of Education approve the appointment of Amanda Mislin as a probationary 1.0 FTE math teacher at Edwardtown Middle School as presented.
Okay, I'll call for a motion to approve Amanda's appointment as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, motion carries. Congratulations. Thanks, Deanna. Okay, moving on to our standing committees. Any updated reports from capital projects, Bob?
Yeah, we have a couple things. One is the high school tech, but classroom should be up and running before the break. And over at West Street, not West Street, Eric Road. Eric Road, the playground is actually starting to be installed. hopefully the weather will give us a break to get it done. Thirdly, we have, the auditorium is closed in. We're a little behind on things. We're checking that out, but we're gonna have a, walkthrough, on the, what is it?
17th.
17th. We're gonna have a committee walkthrough for the, auditorium to really go through and see what's been done. But that's about it for now.
Thank you. And update from the audit committee?
Yes, Deanna and Dan set up an audit meeting today with EFPR on the control cycle audit of special education and medical billing. And the district is doing a very good job concerning the whole issue, but he might recommend just a number of items to help us along the way in the future. So that went well.
Very good, thank you. There's no external written communications. So move to our ex officio student members report.
I'd like to talk about the Falcons giving and how it was a massive success. We had so much show out. I was so proud of everyone coming out there and all the food they brought. There was so much dessert and all of the participation from our members of NHS and other volunteers. It was served fantastically and the food was great. And I loved it a lot. The Tri-District Student Leadership is going to have a meeting at NT on December 9th. And I'm a proud member, and we're going to have a collaborative project that we are going to work on with other schools and solving other issues that may come up. And on the 9th, also right after that, the basketball game for NW. First one of the season is coming up, so come if you can. Much appreciated by the boys. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. For President's report, I don't have anything other than to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and happy holiday season. I hope everyone stays safe and enjoys themselves. And with that, I'll pass to the superintendent.
Thank you. I also want to comment on the high school Thanksgiving celebration. The student council individuals were there that evening, did an incredible job. They really did, serving, prepping. The room looked incredible. I know that the students would say that, Mr. DeCanio played an enormous role in making that a huge success. So thank you to him. What you see over here on the side here is just some of the foodstuffs that have been collected for the holiday season. During the presentation, it was mentioned the job that Kara Kirk has done. I want to thank all the volunteers who are now part of that. The Family Support Center, it's almost getting to the point where it's like an auto-catalytic process, right? It keeps growing and building upon itself. We actually just received a very large donation from Bunny Bunch, who collected from their family members and donated all of that to us here at the high school for the Family Support Center. We're getting a lot of that where people who are helping. I'm looking at our school resource officer in the back, even though she wouldn't want me to right now. And her mother, who doesn't live in our district, has on a couple occasions now collected items to give to our school for our Family Sports Center to give out to people in our community. I mean, and it continues to grow. So it's really been an awesome thing. The Tri-District event was mentioned. For those that don't know, we have a group of students who work as leaders to combine with North Tonawanda and Niagara Falls students, and they have grown now for a few years together. Sometimes there's guest speakers. Sometimes they'll go to a particular place where they can learn. We had the museum, the mobile museum here, where the students took part in that. This year, North Tonawanda is hosting the first event, and at that event, they're actually going to be helping out in some of the food pantries, clothes pantries. Can clothes be a pantry? Clothes
closet.
Thank you. Clothes closet, food pantries, and they're going to be doing that together, the three schools in North Tonawanda, and that's the first time they've looked at doing an event like that. So it's really exciting to see how that's grown between the three schools. And, we will be scheduling a Board of Education walkthrough. We're looking at, I think, March 18th. This sounds like maybe the
He was good
preferred
with it.
date right now. And if that works for everybody, I'll solidify that and get that ready. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll do that. That's all I have. Thank you.
Wednesday, yeah.
March 18th, yes, it would be a board meeting night and the Board of Education walkthrough would be during the day.
Good, thank you. No reports to the board, any items for board discussion? Any old business? New business? Any public comments? Hey, any board member comments?
I just wanna welcome the two new teachers to the Falcons, and I wanna wish everyone a Merry Christmas, safe in this winter weather.
I'll reiterate what he's saying. I wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a safe New Year. And as well, that was a great presentation. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay. With that, I'll call for a motion to adjourn. So moved. Been moved and seconded, all